had paths, and then there was those hidden paths, some of which had grown portals, some which had doorways, while others had symbolic stones to walk on. Interesting here. For some of the deepest healing, each stone, as you would step on it, would gain a soft glow of color. And when that stone had finished its part in aiding you in the healing for the being who's standing on it, who was on that pathway, then it would fade out and he or she would step to the next stone. Now, this large territory, Reagan had averaged nearly 100 very small elves, usually no longer bigger than 14 inches tall, to aid the customers and the upkeeps of the territory. Of those near 100 elves, there was 9 usually who were 6 feet tall, who worked with Reagan more personally and directly in his field of healing. 2 of them were usually highly trained pilots. So the viewers of the videos may be thinking on where such places like this exist. And Tralaka adds here, usually they are so hidden from normal viewing of most of the different variations of species in the living universe. This is not a rudeness. However, is to assure that the customers who truly are there for the healing or for the learning and so forth are not just those who thinking, hey, it'd be a great place to shop, and then later on the unruly start to show up there in big numbers and cause trouble. Now, the ancient spirit Tralaka here, he'll talk about this more in other videos at a later time when needed to explain. You will find these hidden places, though, when they are right for you to be using them. Okay? This was a long set of lives for Reagan. The first one at 18,410 solar years in cycle. And the second one at 20,408 solar years. Now, this may seem long for Earth humans. Although, understand this, to learn what is needed and others needed to be a grand mastery level healers, spend the first 3,200 years on the average in mandatory healing school training, and another 1,800 years usually to achieve a grand mastery in healing. However, this fluctuates according to the individual. Now, in the next the next 2 lives, Reagan would be a Draco humanoid standing at 9 foot 11 inches tall. The coarse Draco dragon muscles flowing abundantly beneath his humanoid form of body skin. A mid-tone brown color for his scale, those scales of which flowed smoothly, less jagged, as other larger scale Draco humanoids and Draco dragon scales were known to be. The ground-keeping occupation, this occupation seemed to fall upon Reagan in his younger years at that location, all coming from this little instance where Reagan was walking in this local area higher council park with a few of his friends, just to see what is there with those few friends of his he took with him. And Reagan said quite loudly, which surprised himself and his friends, "Ha ha! Come on, anybody with a half of an IQ rating can see the layout of these garden floral shrubs and stone walkway things is off center from its intended lineups with the summer stellar charts in the nighttime skies. However, this just by chance was heard behind Reagan and his friends by nevertheless here a higher council level members walking between the council domes. One of those higher council members spoke up. Well, sir, you then are given the job of fixing it. You have 1 solar week to fix the complete error. If you can do it in such a short time, then you will have this career for life. It will be yours. Reagan's Draco Dragon, coarse flowing muscles rippled under his skin as he came to a fast stop and spun around. You challenging me, sir? Are you challenging me? Challenge accepted, Reagan continued. Please be prepared to be awed at my work. Now, the last 4 ancient life streams here, life paths rather, shows Reagan as an androidic humanoid. Once again, but here in the Lyra system of planets, though it needs to be understood here in the notes, here Reagan would spend those lives as a chemist. A chemist? No, he wasn't a chemist. He was much more known for his work on designing the strains of trees and shrubs which would be able to handle extremely tough environments, some of which even produced a very thick-skinned edible fruits. Now, this was one of the hardest of all things for fruit-bearing trees to achieve, a fruit that can handle the environments that are so darkly harsh, as well as the health of the tree or shrub can. Now, this is not a local problem, but this is seen in so much of the many parts of the known living universe as a problem. They'll hear in the notes that here in those 4 lives as an androidic humanoid would definitely form the reputation around Reagan for his hard work. He would be seen at times taking these excruciating long walks in nature and also on other planets, sitting down and watching for solar months at a time the certain strains of unique fruit trees or shrubs which drew his attention, while he figured laboriously on his compad that he kept on his side about the different weather environments and the different things that happened during the course of the growth of the fruits on those trees and shrubs. Now, it was rumored here that he would at times be seen reading to the trees and shrubs. That is actually sitting down and reading his notes to the trees or shrubs he was near to understand better. Now, many people thought that this here was enabling him to better understand his challenge. So, this here is the ancient spirit tralaka. As always, my friends, grow to understand more. Understand that you are so much more than the sums that you thought you were from training as a child. You are so much more, and as you grow in this, you will understand that you're so unique, and each individual is a story upon themselves of their past ancient lives. Good night.